Hi everyone, this is Chicago Pinot. It's been a while since I've done a Q&A, but we have an awesome winemaker visiting us from New York State, Lisa Hallgren from Ravines in the Finger Lakes. And I want to find out all about the Finger Lakes and the wine she makes, because we don't get a lot of New York wine in our market. Go figure. So welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
We're actually at Sips on Sherman, just over the border here in Evanston. Awesome store on Sherman Avenue. Check it out. Lots of new classes going on. And let's start with how you met your husband and winemaker partner.
Yes, well, my husband and I met in a very geeky way at the SAT test in 1984.
Oh, wow.
His parents were actually in the wine business in the south of France, and he came over for the summer to work at his parents' distributor in San Antonio, Texas, where I'm from. And then we've been together ever since.
Great. How did your love for winemaking develop?
Well, that was slowly. As we went to special events for his family's winery and did promotional events, and we just got more and more into wine. Yeah, that way.
Good. Now, you are in a part of the country that I think it's more known now than about 10 years ago, but the Finger Lakes, it's not something you see in every store. So tell me a little about the region itself and what grapes are well suited to grow there.
Well, Riesling is the star of the region. We have these beautiful glacier-carved lakes oriented from north to south, with glacial till all the way around the lake.
Hi, how are you?
And we have this beautiful mineral soil, mainly acidic shale but we actually work with 2 limestone vineyards. And so we've got this beautiful minerality in the grapes, to work with the grapes. And then we've got this great natural acidity, great acidic backbone. And so all of the wines have this refreshing, delicious acidity. We get fresher fruit flavors because it's a cooler climate, and we don't get those cooked flavors that you find in warmer climates.
Okay. So tell me about the lakes themselves. I mean, how do they help or get in the way of your winemaking?
Actually, they only help. The lakes actually most of the time don't freeze. 1 out of 10 years, maybe one of the lakes will freeze, but generally they keep the climate a little bit cooler in the summertime and a little bit warmer in the wintertime. They have a little moderating effect. And not only that, but all the land around the lakes is all really nicely steeply sloped, and well-drained soil, and so the roots stay dry and water-free during the wintertime, when it's very important. And actually there are ravines all the way around the lake. Lakes are cut by deep ravines, and that's where we get our name from.
What exactly is a ravine, for those of us who don't remember that from geology class?
It's a shale blend where water cuts down through the hillsides over millions of years, and then creates these very deep crevices. Some of them are shallow gullies, and then deeper ravines, and beautiful gorges all the way around the Finger Lakes.
I was there about 8-9 years ago for an event. I got to tour a few vineyards up there, and I remember just how pretty it was. I mean, all wine country is pretty in its own way, but New York State has just some beautiful scenery, and the lakes. Just the way the sun bounces off the water is just very pretty to watch.
It is.
Yeah. How would you differentiate your Riesling from Riesling in Germany, Alsace, other Rieslings that people might be a little more familiar with?
Well, in general, we're making more of a New World style. Drier in general, and we have definitely our own terroir there with the lakes, with the soils, and for the most part, our wines, I think, are not as sweet. Actually, they're sweeter than the imported wines. They're a little bit drier in general. And in Ravines in particular, we make a bone-dry Riesling. We always have. We make 2 different kinds of Riesling, and they're both dry. So we have a very unique style.
Can you model for us the bottles we have here?
So this is our dry Riesling. This is the 2012 that took number 33 on Wine Spectator Top 100. It was our second time on the top 100.
Is this the bone dry one?
Yes.
It is,
yes.
okay.
It's bone dry, but with a delicious natural acidity, just super crisp, and more floral mineral character instead of very fruity.
Okay. And next up we have Chardonnay.
It's a cool climate Chardonnay that they sell here at Sips on Sherman, and it's got a lot of great minerality, fresh fruit. It does a full mallow fermentation, so it's got a lot of mallow, but it has the acidity to kind of balance it out. So it's not a little.
Is there a lot of oak on this? I have to know that from my wine test.
It is. It's 10 months in French oak barrels, but it's really nicely integrated.
Okay.
Beautifully.
And this last one
is a
Keuka Village white wine.
Keuka means canoe landing in Iroquois, and it's actually the name of our lake. And this one is a little hybrid grape that Cornell University developed.
Oh, okay.
It's hybrids of hybrids of hybrids, called Cayuga.
Zooming in here.
Yeah.
The dude used to do that on the internet. I don't know what happened to him.
It's a fine little grape.
Great. Well, thank you for coming and doing this interview. I look forward to trying these wines tonight. And what's the case production roughly on these? Are these pretty small numbers?
Well, they're all less. Well, this is about 800. That vintage. This vintage was about 5,000, and this vintage was about 1,000.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're still talking pretty small numbers here.
Yes.
I kind of like it that way. Good. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Hallgren. Douglas, a.k.a. Chicago Pinot. No Pinot here tonight, guys, but that's okay. Riesling is really what the Finger Lakes does best, and I look forward to trying these wines in the future.